This is the Cine Reflect Lighting System from The Light Bridge.
Cinema 5D at NAB 2019 is brought to you by B&H, the professional source for all your video needs. CVP, the leading specialist in creative cine, video and photo solutions. Fujifilm, value from innovation. Manfrotto, imagine more. And Laowa, unique cinema and photography lenses.
Hi, this is Nino from Cinema 5D. We're here at NAB 2019 at the Light Bridge booth. Here with Jacob. How are you?
Hi, Nino. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So you guys introduced the Cine Reflect Lighting System a while back. We haven't reported about it, but I think it's worth talking about it. Can you give me the elevator pitch about it?
Sure, of course. There's a cinematographer called Christian Berger. He did a white ribbon. We did together about a sea. I'm his gaffer. And the whole idea was to say, how can you make a really natural looking key light? Well, what does that mean? Natural key light means you have the least amount of fall off in a room, so it looks like the sun. And the thing is, we know this. We put light sources really far away from windows. We place them as far away as we can. But that actually limits us in the access that we have to change and manipulate light. So we did is, Christian had this idea to say, let's take a light source, leave it where it's easy to access, and use a reflector to reflect the light actually where you want to have it. By this way, you're increasing the distance of your light. You can move more freely in a room. Your actors can move more freely in a room, and it looks much more natural. And that's the reason we got this great effects actually you can see in Christian's movies.
So the idea is to use less light sources and reflectors to be more natural, because in reality we also only have the sun and maybe a couple of practicals, right, in real life.
It's an interesting thing. We're letting light flow naturally. And if you let that happen, if you have a light source, you use a reflector to reflect it into a room, suddenly your room becomes a full reflector. The floor reflects, the walls reflect, everything starts to become a real nice rhythm, and suddenly you can do a master and a close-up at the same time. You can do a video of a person sitting down and standing up and not becoming brighter. And all this stuff magically happens just because you're taking care of the light. And that's what we're trying to explain with the Cine Reflect Lighting System, how you can make the best use of that.
So you probably have to limit the light more than increase it, basically.
I mean, that's what's happening these days. I mean, we've been freed in lighting right now. All our cameras with the high sensitivities, light's been free to expose film. We're here to create. So that's basically what the reflectors really can help you with these days. You don't need that much light. You can get light off of anything, a practical, some lights that you already have, whatever it is that you're using, so to create your room and your atmosphere. And that's a great thing, because the quality, I think, is not in the intensity, but actually in the quality of the light, the diffusion of the light, and also in the low end of stuff. So certainly, you know, your clothes become alive, your face becomes alive, the eyes become alive.
So they come in different sizes and shapes?
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, when you're trying to paint the face or trying to paint a room, you run into different situations. So we made a standard kit of reflectors from 7 centimeters, this is this size, all the way up to, as you can see back there, meter by meter, that's close to 4 by 4 feet. But we're a company that always believes in that, trying to support cinematographers, so we make all sizes, custom sizes, we make round shapes for cinematographers that like to have a round reflection in the eye, for example.
So if somebody wants to get started with this system, is it only for DPs who are lighting feature films, or are you also looking at one-man bands or, you know, small crews, news crews?
Yeah. It's really interesting. It's like it's going from really high up. Greg Fraser and Maddie Libertique are testing it right now, but our most clients right now are actually small DPs, people that like to have their own kit that go out to shoot stuff, or DPs that like to hand it over to their lighting crews. So we offer really different kinds of kits for different things. A lot in documentary work. I mean, you can't forget those reflectors, they're high efficiency reflectors, only 3% loss. So you can reflect off of almost anything. So people using in documentaries where they can't set up any lights, just to use the practicals they have, just kind of, you know, get the light around. Yeah.
And the different surfaces that have different effects, right? So because this one looks a lot more glossy than this one, for example.
We did 4 different kinds for one reason. It has to be fast, simple, and efficient. So we know a real mirror, it's out on the market, and we know our standard bleached muslin and bounce boards. So we did our 4 reflectors exactly in the middle there to kind of fine-tune that space, and with this you actually can create almost anything. Yeah.
So actually you have a box here that demonstrates how you can light a set, because of course it's very hard to demonstrate here in the show hall. So how does the box demonstration work?
Well, it's simple. It's a small box, a confined space, one window, one look hole where you can look into. And from the one side we have a light on the ground, so it's a little bit like having a light on the street. And then above the window you put in the reflector, and then with different kinds of surfaces you get different kinds of effects.
Okay. What, in terms of pricing and availability, how does it work?
Well, we got the starter kit. That's basically a cardboard box, and it's really cheap. and you can get it, and you get a basic range of all the reflectors in 2 different kinds of sizes, 15 centimeters and 25 centimeters, and from there you can go get a speed bag, really compound little bag you hang on a stand you can put stuff into, and it goes all the way up to a move kit. You've got all the reflectors they can carry, or you got to drive like a flight case where everything's in. So depending on your needs, it's really meant that you can put your kit together how you need it. Yes. 4 different kinds of reflectors, 5 different sizes, that's the standard thing, and from there we can make anything that the creative mind desires.
And they're mounted to tripods or C-stands, whatever, with a rail system.
Exactly. We came up with this rail system because with our previous attempts to work together with manufacturers, it was always difficult using magnets, using different rail systems. So we worked really hard on making a rail system like this work. What it's all about is basically that you slide in the rail, you've got an easy access point, you just put the C-wheel into here, slide it in and fix it. And from there, you can go underwater, above water, obviously, rain, snow, cold, 3G force, you can mount them on cars. And what we're really proud of, that all our products are tested in wind channels for 70 kilometers per hour. So you're going to stay up longer than any standard rag out there right now.
Okay, cool. Give me a rough idea about pricing and availability.
Availability, we're really proud that B&H now has decided to take us on, so you can get all the products there, obviously. Then you can order them via the website at bbslighting.com, or you can order them directly from us. Send us an email and we can send you the price.
What's the price of a starter kit, roughly?
In euros, it's 349 euros. Dollars, obviously, is a different thing, and yen and all the other currencies, obviously, as well.
Okay. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you.
And thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned to Cinema 5D for more news from NAB 2019, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet. Thanks. Win $5,000 worth of gear in our NAB 2019 giveaway together with Serb and Joby. You can win a Genie 3-axis Pro Slider Epic Kit, a Magic Carpet carbon fiber slider, and a GorillaPod with Genie Mini. To enter the giveaway, simply click the link below and follow the instructions. All winners will be drawn on April 30th. Good luck and stay tuned to Cinema 5D.